You can be, do, or have anything that you want. If life causes the desire within you, then life can deliver everything, no matter how big it may seem. And that is exactly what you came to experience. That is why you chose to put yourself into this personality and into this leading edge environment. Because you knew that when contrast would occur, you would go with the rocket that life caused you to ask. You would go with what you would want. You wouldn't doubt what you wanted, because you didn't understand doubt, because you understood that no matter what, you would have a guidance system that would help you guide around all the sticky dots and take you right to where you want to go. And so if that's not how your life is, if there are things that are outstanding, because that is why you clicked on this video, that is why we all come together to focus our energy and focus our questions to come to new clarities, to understand that on this leading edge, we're in a new place that no one has ever been before. And this new place is, if there are things that are outstanding that you are still waiting for, the fact that you're waiting for them is the reason why they're not coming. If there's something that you want and it's not coming yet, is because your attention is on the absence of it more than it is on the dream of it, than the presence of it. Because everything you want is for the feeling. It is for the feeling, truly. Anything that you want, whether it's a pile of money, whether it's a car, whether it's the fame, whether it's a fortune, no matter what it is, it's for the feeling you think you'll have. You think you'll feel better when you have it. You think you'll feel better in the having of it. And we're not in a disagreement with that. We think that feeling good is exactly why you came, and having life force move through you and run through you is exactly what you came here to experience. But it is our greatest intention that when you are in the midst of your reality, when you are in the midst of your everyday and all the moments, whether they are mundane, we want for you to understand that you can have everything that you want, because everything you want already exists. The second that you desire it, it exists. It's a law of the universe. It exists. And so if it's not coming to you, it's because you have your attention on the fact that it's not here yet. And then the fact that it's not here yet it's really it almost doesn't feel like feel logical, because if something is not in front of you, then it's naturally to understand, it's natural to come to the conclusion that it is absent. If it's not in front of me, it is absent. But what we're saying is that it may seem like it's absent, but what is that you're looking for you're looking for your desire in the wrong place, because the reality that you're looking for, the evidence that you're looking for right now, the reality that you're looking at and probing into, it's not the real reality. It's not the true reality that you came here to experience. It's not your real reality, because what is your current state, your condition, your current altitude, your current position in whatever your current platform, whatever your conditions are, whatever your current conditions are, they're always the past reality. And you know that because when you look at the absence of what you want, you always feel, at first it is a tickle of dissatisfaction, but then it grows into anger and frustration until it goes all the way into depression, and then you want to leave your body. But you're the one who decided to put yourself into this body. You knew that you could not only take it, but you knew that you would prosper. You know that you could thrive in this environment, because you knew that no matter what, you would have a guidance system. You could blend and be this blending version of yourself. You could blend the human side and the non-physical side. You knew that you can blend the two, so that when you were in this physical reality, you would have an understanding that I can become this blending version of myself. And so when you're looking at the absence of what you want, you're not being this blending version. You're being more human than you are non-physical, because the non-physical doesn't understand absence, because everything you want is already vibrationally real, and everything you want already exists. That's the thing that's so funny, is everything you want already exists. So now, how are you going to get it from the vibrational state that it is? How are you going to get it from the finished vibrational state into the physical reality? And so there are many ways to do that, and there are many ways that people are talking about it all day, every day. Look at your culture. Look at any topics that are interesting to you. Everything is about getting what you want out of the vortex into reality. People say work harder, you have to sacrifice more, you have to do this, you have to wake up early, you have to do this, and we're telling you it doesn't mean it doesn't. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to offer action, because what you want is already real. It's like you just have to tune to the radio channel of it, and then what's on that radio channel will come into your mind. But here's the thing: if you're noticing that the radio channel isn't here yet, then you're on a different radio channel than the radio channel of what you want. Because there's like, on every subject, there's a radio channel of the presence of it, and there's a radio channel of the absence of it. And the only way to know which radio channel you're on is to see what you're manifesting, whatever you manifest, whether it's the presence of it or the absence of it, that will tell you what radio station you're on. But before anything happens, before you can have evidence, there's a second way, and that is how you feel. How do you feel when you're thinking this thought? How do you feel when you're feeling this absence? Because when you feel the negative emotion that is that comes when you feel it, when you see, when you view, and when you perceive, because it's all about perception. When you perceive something as absent, that's your inner being saying, no, you're wrong, this is present, because that's the value your inner being gives you. And that's where your emotions are. Your emotions are really about your vibrational relativity, your vibrational relationship, your vibrational alignment. It tells you what are you doing with your frequencies. That's all your emotions about. Because you may think your emotions are about the current reality you're looking at. You're like, no, it's because I'm in this position, because I'm in this position. But we're saying no, it's the opinion that you're holding about whatever subject it is that is going against the opinion of your inner being. Because here's the thing, you have an opinion of your inner being. Let's say it better. The opinion of your inner being is literally following you everywhere you go. And if you don't match up with that frequency and that opinion of your inner being, then you don't stand a chance to ever be happy. Because you can accomplish goals, but you'll never get that real deep fulfillment that comes when you really connect and you really align with your inner being, because that's what you're looking for. It's your mutuality. So everyone understands your inner being. You understand that when I feel bad, it means that me and my inner being are not one. So when I feel good, me and my inner being are one. And when I perceive something as absent, then I don't feel good. And since I care about how I feel more than I care about being logical, and more than I care about appealing to the masses and the peanut gallery, I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna feel good, because when I feel good, when I see the presence, when I see it here right now, I feel good. And are you ready for this? If what you want, if it's not happening right now, meaning if you're not seeing it as real right now and enjoying it right now, then guess what? It's never gonna happen. If it's not coming to you easy, it's never coming. And the easiest way to do it is with your emotions, with your expectations, with the leverage of alignment, which no one really uses. And we don't see no one really uses, because actually a lot of people use it, but no one uses it very deliberately. It's really the odd one out who can say, well, I'm gonna think about this thought. I'm gonna discriminate my thoughts based on how they feel. Not on how real they may seem, on how they feel, on the criteria of how it feels. And people may look at you like you're crazy, but it's like, who cares? Because it's your mind. You own your mind. You can think whatever thoughts you want, because your thoughts have nothing to do with what you're seeing. That's what we're saying, is that your thoughts you don't have to offer all of your thought and observation of what you're seeing. You don't have to. You can dream. You can own your thoughts. You can think about thoughts. That's what daydreaming is. That is literally what daydreaming is. It's thinking about something that's different than what you're seeing. And the only way to do that is emotions. It's to find the emotions. Because when you're trying to control momentum, when you're trying to control the speed of your momentum, of your energy, basically when you're trying to control the speed of how fast it comes to you, the only way that you can control the speed is emotion. But so basically what that means is it's like saying, oh, this feels good, this feels really good, oh, this feels really good, really, really good, really, really, really good. And then the more you put emotion into it and less about what is emotion going to give you, then it goes faster and faster and faster. And before you know it, you're full throttle and you're in the driver's seat, and the universe is literally telling you where to go, and it's pushing you. The law of attraction is literally propelling you. Because always remember that if there's one thing you take away, is that if it's not happening right now, if you're seeing it's absent right now, if you're saying you're putting it off and you're like, oh, like I'll figure it out tomorrow, I'll figure it out next week. Oh, like when you're not calibrating it now, when you're not deciding, okay, this is the opinion I'm gonna have, when you don't line up your energy now, it's not happening. If it's not happening now, it's never gonna happen. So how do you make it happen now? What is the biggest missing piece? You have to keep the dream alive more than the reality, because it's attention. It's like whatever you're giving attention to is whatever is festering, whatever is manifesting. Because if you don't care about how you feel, then none of this will make sense. Because you have to realize that when you feel good, it means more than it feels more than a chemical reaction in your brain. It means something. It means that the two aspects of you, your soul, your God self, are connected. You are in a one eternal dance. And look at the singers and dancers of your world. That's what they're doing. The good ones have mastered that receiving. They've mastered that connection. And it can be like that for anyone. It's literally it's like the art of allowing. It's an art form of its own, and what you do with the art form is completely up to you, and that's the best part of it. So how can you keep your dream alive more than you see reality? Here's the thing. The only way that you can keep your dream alive, because that's your job, is because that's your job. Keeping the dream alive is your job. It is your job. You have to keep the dream alive. But it's hard to keep the we would admit even a little bit, just a little bit, that it is hard to keep the dream alive, especially when the current reality is telling you that you don't have it. But there you go. But the only way that we can make it make sense is that you're eternal. and there's always going to be something new. You're never going to get it done, and you're never going to get it wrong. You're never going to get it done, and you're never going to get it wrong. You're never going to get to the end of the road. You're never going to have it all, and that shouldn't make you feel like, wow, like what's the point of even trying? That should make you feel like, oh, I'm never going to run out of time. I have multiple lifetimes. I can always come back. I have eternity. So what we're saying is you have eternity, so you might as well get it right. You might as well enjoy life now. And if you can be happy in the absence of what you want, then you've got it. Like, that's the formula. That really is the formula, is finding a way to be happy, swerving around the fact that it's not here yet, because the fact that it's not here is hanging everyone up. Because the fact that it's not here is, oh, I have to defend myself. I have to understand. I have to go back into my childhood and understand, why isn't it coming? If it's not coming, then you come up with all these stories, and we're like, the fact that it's not coming is so simple. It's because you're not offering the vibration that you want to. You're offering the vibration that you don't want, about the things that you don't want. And we're like, all you literally have to do is just change your vibrational offering. That's it. And the only way to change your vibrational offering is to change your attention. And the only way that you can change your intention, especially on the things that you're wanting but you're not seeing, that are very absent right now, is to introduce the emotional factor, the satisfaction factor. Is to talk about, well, what's so satisfying about the subject? Why do I want it? Why do I want it? That's a really good, because that will really teach you what the presence of, that will not only teach you, but it will help you practice the frequency of what you want longer, so that you can practice it, and so you can make it stronger and stronger. Because it's like everything you want, it all exists. That's like, if you're like watching a lot of law of attraction videos, and if you're looking to any teachers, if the teacher is not telling you, and if the first and foremost thing that they're not telling you is, 1, you're more than your body, and number 2 is everything you want already exists and you just have to receive it, then you can't listen to them. Because maybe they will still give you value, but the reason why we say you can't listen to them is because they don't get it. And if you're listening to this, you get it. You've attracted it. This is because this is who you are. What you want already exists, and if you see it as absent, you shut everything down. But what we're saying is that the absence is perceptual anyways. Who can tell you it's absent? No one can tell you it's absent. And even everyone in a room would tell you, well, it's absent. And the only thing that matters is what you think about it. That's what we're saying, is what you think about it, because you're creating reality. You're the reality creator here. You're the driver. You can take this car wherever you want to go. And it's so important, because here's the thing: you want what you want, and we want what we want too. As non-physical energy and your source, we want what you want, and we're counting on you, because what you want expands the universe, and what you want is what we put in. We make everything happen. It's not your job to create the cooperative components. It's not your job, because that's what people think. They'll think you have to go out and find out all the pieces that will make the picture, and we're telling you, no, all you have to do is just think about the picture and enjoy the idea of the picture, because that's the thing that no one understands. And it's not that no one understands it, it's that no one really capitalizes on that, because there are many people that are capitalizing on that, and you can see because the effort that they offer and what they get in return is so at odds with what the rest of the world is doing. Because it's not about effort, it's not about action. It's not, because there's no amount of action in this whole entire world that can make up for misalignment. If you don't believe what you want, then if you see it's absent and you don't think it's coming, then there's nothing you can do. There's no action that you can take to make that reality change. You have to get to the nitty gritty. You have to get to the emotion. You have to feel different. You have to change your feeling about it. And how you change your feeling about it is really easy. That's the thing. It's so easy. It's so easy that people make it harder. They come up with these crazy reasons. They're like, well, it can't be this easy. There needs to be more, or I'm just getting tested, or I have more to do. And we're like, no, if it's not here right now, if you're not enjoying your desire right now, then it's not coming. It's not coming right now, and it's fine, because it can come tomorrow. But it all depends on what you're doing now with your point of attraction, with your frequency, because momentum will ensue. But whatever you decide to put your attention to. And so your inner being is your best bet. Your inner being is your best friend, because your inner being will always tell you what's true. Your inner being will it's like what you want already exists, but it's in a vibrational form first. And what that means, when it means that it's vibrational, what that means for you as a human creature, it means it's emotional. It's an emotional feeling first. So it feels like satisfaction. It feels good. And that's the thing. It feels good. It feels like satisfaction. And so it's like, when you walk into a room and you behold something that you want, whether it's imagine it's a phone, and you're like, oh my god, I'm looking at this phone and it feels so good, if I like it, and you offer so much positive, you have so much appreciation, and you just have so many good things to say. There's so many positive aspects that you single out and you talk about and you milk when you behold this phone. And we're telling you, that's how you have to feel about your desires that are not here yet. But someone would say, well, if I can't see it, then how can I do that? And we're like, but that's the thing though, you have to milk the feeling that you feel of it. You have to milk what your inner being is offering you. So if, for example, when life causes you, I want to be a millionaire, but and then in the same vein you say, well, I'm not a billionaire. I don't have my billions. I don't know how I'm gonna get it. And you're like, and that feels like negative emotion, negative emotion, negative emotion. That's your inner being telling you, no, that's not true. Because it can feel like frustration. What if you're frustrated? What if you're just like disappointed? You're like, damn, like I want to be a billionaire, but I'm not. So that's annoying. But your inner being is like, that's not true. We're a billionaire. You are a billionaire. You're literally a billionaire. And then imagine you understand this. Imagine you understand that your inner being is offering you such a value. Your inner being is offering you the value of infinite intelligence. So now you're like, you know what, inner being, I am a millionaire, and it feels so good. It's so fun. I love it. And you see in your mind, like you see the phone that in your hand that you got and you're beholding, and you're talking about the positive aspects. You're like, it's so fun to be a millionaire. It's so amazing. And then the more you do it, the stronger the signal gets, and bang, it comes into your reality. Because it's like all of these desires, all these things that you want, the signal is just weak because it exists. The signal out there, it's out there, but you have to find it, and you have to isolate it, and you have to practice it so much that it comes into clearer and clearer and clearer and clearer view, and before you know it, it's in front of you in your hand. But that's the thing though, you have to make it more clear. You have to make the signal more clear, and then it has to come, because all this time your signal is more clear, and then is more clear about the absence of it, but the presence of it, that signal, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it is that you really want. And the reason why we say we don't know why we say that you don't know what you really want is because you don't know what it really feels like when you have it. You haven't identified that. Because here's the thing, when you identify it, it feels good. It's life-giving. It's literally life-giving. This vibrational work should not be boring. If it's boring, it's because you're not doing it right. Because most of your time of your life, you're going to be spending in this interim where you're waiting for something to happen. It's because you're eternal. It's like you're never going to get to the end of it. And so if the journey is not happy, then the destination that you're gonna get to is not happy. It's a happy journey to a happy ending. There's a happy journey to a happy destination. And if it's not happy, it has to be happy all the way. And if it's not happy all the way, then it's not gonna come the way you want it. And then here's the thing, you'll have people around you who want things from you, who are like, they want this, they want that, and what they really want is for you to do what they want so they feel better. But now you're like, now you understand all this, now you understand vibration, now you're like, oh my god, like I see that what I want is really here, it's right here right now, and I love it, and it's so amazing. My life is actually really priceless, and it's really just, I put myself in this body for this experience. I did it, like I know exactly why I came for this experience right here. And then you understand, you're like, you know what, like you want temporary, but I'm giving you permanent. So you keep complaining, but I'm gonna keep my vibration high for the both of us. And then bang, everything you want, like here's the thing, everything you want already exists. So it's like, what's the holdup? That's the worst putting to you. What is the holdup? The only holdup is you don't have your priorities straight. That's the thing. If you don't actually care about how you feel, because if you cared about how you feel, then you would go with your inner being. You would be like, you know what, inner being, you're right. I am a millionaire. I am a best-selling writer. I am an award-winning actor. I am a filmmaker. I am all these things. And then and then here's the thing. Once you have those kind of thoughts, you feel good about it. And then bang, it comes into your reality. And if it's not coming into your reality, if you're not experiencing with your eyes, because here's the thing, don't worry that you're just never, like what we're saying is that you should just get over the fact that you're not going to get it and just enjoy it, because you're not going to get it. But we're telling you, no, this is the path. If you enjoy it in your mind, it's coming so fast. But the second you start to wonder, when is it coming? Well, where's my progress? Then it all collapses. You have to find the dream, and you have to leave reality alone. The dream has to be enough. And that's really how you unblock what you want, because the only reason why it's blocked is because you have realities. You have your nose in reality. You have made your business bigger than your big business. Feel good and let feeling good be it, because that's what we're saying is that it's it. So it's like the feeling is really the manifestation you're looking for. The feeling is instant manifestation. You can have instant manifestation, but instant manifestation is different than what you think it is, because you think instant manifestation is with the item coming to you now. But we're telling you that even if the item were to come to you now, it's because you have the whole process needs to be undergone, meaning you have to ask for it. The cooperative components need to be they need to be made. All the cooperative components need to be attracted together, and then you have to be able to receive it. But what we're telling you is that it's all about your receiving. Because if it already exists, if the radio signal already exists, then it's your receptive mode, it's your receiving mode that you have to worry about. And the receiving mode is really easy, because all you literally have to do is care about how you feel. Because if you care about how you feel, then you can go with your inner being, and you're like, inner being, I'm not going with you, so all I have to do is go with my inner being. So what we're saying is that, so you may be thinking, how does it translate to you? What can you do differently now? Nothing. It's about feeling different. You can feel different. You can feel different about reality. You have made it. You are successful. This is it. This is now. If you're not successful now, you'll never be successful. You have it all now. It's all now. And you can't let anyone tell you who you are, because who you are is in a vortex. Who you are is a vibrational being, and who you are is your creation. You should ask yourself who you are, because you're the only one that can tell yourself a story, and your inner being will back you up all the time. Your inner being is like your greatest hype beast. Your inner being will be like, we got you. We know exactly what you want, and we will not let go of it. Because if you want to be a millionaire, you are a millionaire now in this second. And if you're not a millionaire, then you will feel bad. And so feeling good is your way out, friends, because if you feel good, then you're in tune with infinite intelligence and the energy that creates worlds, and real momentum can ensue. And it's not long before life starts to get really good and things go full throttle and you get everything you want.